Hi there, my name is Beth Turner. I'm here with Gambling Insider, and who am I speaking with today?
My name is Nikita. I am the CEO of Mancala Gaming.
Awesome. So my first question for you is, you have your own in-house game studio. How important was it to have full control over the game creation process?
Well, I think it was lucrative for our development in general. From the beginning, we had to use third parties, but as we were growing, obviously we had to do everything in-house. But also that allows you to do things a lot a bit quicker. Since you have your own control, you're able to come up with your own ideas. But of course, it is consuming, right? Both financially and from perspective of the people. So yeah, it's definitely one of the advantages that we have, and everything that we do fully in-house.
Awesome, fantastic. So I've noticed you have quite a lot of games that have like narratives and storytelling involved in them. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Absolutely. So when we started, our main goal was to find our niche, and we decided that the target audience for our games would be the millennial generation. So when it comes to that, we were trying to create games that were adding illusion of skill, that were giving players some additional information to the game where they could actually interact with them. So with that said, our games have narratives, our games have skill elements, and our games have mechanics that are, let's say, favorable towards the younger generation.
Awesome, awesome. So you have a lot of Crash-style games in your library that you've kind of gone about in creating a unique identity for. Can you tell me about how you craft those identities for your games?
Absolutely. I guess one of the good examples is a game called The Last Quack. This is, let's say, it's a bit of an homage towards the very famous game from the NES. And this was back in the day when I was a very small child. That was my first gaming console. And there was a game called Duck Hunt.
Okay.
And from that came the inspiration to do something for gambling, right? As a slot or as an iGaming game. So these kind of ideas usually come from either nostalgia, it could come from the video game industry, or just creative process from our studio.
Awesome. So we've kind of touched on this already, but you target kind of millennials and Gen Z. So how do you go about specifically targeting people, say, in my generation?
Right. That's a very good question. And the most interesting answer to that is, so when you target those generations, there's one issue, is finding out what they like. But the problem with that is that generation doesn't really know what they like even in the first place. So usually it's a bit of a hit and miss. You try to find something that will work, and not just us as a provider, many providers are trying these days to find the game and the type of games that will be liked by that player base. So far, nobody actually found the secret towards it. So from our perspective, as I mentioned before, we just try to come up with ideas that we believe are going to be interesting towards that generation. And again, we come from the same place, right? So we take it from our own inspiration, whether that was childhood, teenhood, and so we try to find something that they will like.
Awesome, fantastic. My last question for you is, you've just announced one of your new games called Epic Tower. Can you tell me a little bit about this game?
Absolutely. So the game is a tower-based game where for every winning combination, there's an additional level that comes up. There's, I believe, 32 levels, and as levels go up, multipliers increase. So it is a bit of a unique mechanic. On top of that, there is also a collection that base element where you're collecting these levels. As soon as you hit a certain amount, a bonus game will appear. So we haven't patented the mechanic, but it is something new towards the markets. Nobody has been, at least from what we've seen, nobody has done that yet.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Nikita. I really appreciate it.
Likewise, thank you so much.
Cheers.